Ladies and gentlemen, does YouTube cause depression? Well, we've seen YouTubers showing up with no clothes on. We've seen YouTubers drinking so much that they fall asleep. We've seen YouTubers who literally cannot stop smoking cannabis in their videos, and even a wife shooting her husband through a phone book with a Desert Eagle 5.0 pistol as a prank for the views, resulting in a funeral and a prison sentence. Certainly a study on mental health by YouTube itself would be a fascinating piece of academic study. YouTube comment sections are a fascinating place, swinging from high levels of intellect through absolute hilarity to very concerning discourse regarding resilience amongst humanity as a whole. I received a notification of a reply to a comment I left on a video some time ago. Let's pick through this piece by piece. This video is in regards to a person who had been copyright striking people. Person did nothing wrong. Me, apart from the illegal copyright strikes that were shown in this video. A new reply: he didn't do any illegal stuff. If he did, wouldn't his haters have sued him? Suing people in the state of California, where not everyone is based, would be quite an expensive undertaking. Honestly, this video is single-handedly responsible for my depression and ruined my life. A YouTube video caused depression and ruined your life. Right. I don't know why person couldn't have left well enough alone and not made a video on this. Well, at the time it was quite big news. I hope he gets what's coming to him. Well, the thing is, he didn't do anything wrong by reporting on a person who was copyright striking people. He shows the evidence in his video. Now, the defense against defamation is the truth, and being that he's actually showing the copyright strikes emails in his video, that he's got the truth on his side. So you know, he's got nothing coming to him because he's done nothing wrong. Unlike the other person who was copyright striking people. An internet addiction like this that we've seen from this commenter here, it's the sort of thing that's saying they hate the police because they've just arrested their drug dealer. Let's have another look at another comment that this same person left shortly after they replied to me. This video is what ruined my life. That's a sentence that's quite awash with ambiguity. You cancelling my favourite YouTuber is what led me down the path of depression and eventual suicidality. The thing is, the copyright striking YouTuber, they're still up. They're still going quite strong, actually. It was you that caused my descent into madness. From one YouTube video? I hope you're happy about that. In all honesty, they probably don't even check their comment sections. I hope you enjoy your petty little YouTube channel while I wake every day wishing I was gone. You will live a long and happy life while I suffer in the shadows. I've anonymised this as much as possible to keep this person safe from any repercussions of this video, but it shows either an alarming lack of resilience, a severe internet addiction. This person could possibly be a troll who is lying. It's showing an oversharing of personal issues, perhaps a low self-esteem, a loneliness issue, an unhealthy parasocial relationship with a large YouTuber, perhaps jealousy and envy. We are talking about YouTubers who have millions of subscribers here, perchance an unhealthy excessive consumption of social media leading to negative mental outcomes affecting the person's life satisfaction. A definite lack of social media literacy, perhaps caused by the person's own personality traits and tendencies. Now, this causes me a bit of severe cognitive dissonance here. How can the internet cause a level of harm that could drive a person to suicidality through simply watching a YouTube video? If you see that a YouTube video is affecting your life satisfaction, you turn the YouTube video off. You leave the page, you turn the browser off, you turn the computer off, you put your phone in your pocket, you go and do something else. Or am I just from that old school guard? Maybe I'm just like my father, too old. Admittedly, there was a situation around 7 years ago where I was taking a medication and I experienced a mania. Around about dinner time at night, I had went online and I was consuming internet content through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. After a few hours, I got to a stage where there wasn't enough new information for my mind, and I felt that I was being mentally harmed by this. It was the addiction level of the one more hit. I chose to turn the computer off, turn my phone off. I went to bed and curled up in a ball and I fell asleep. Maybe I'm just like my mother, because she's never satisfied. But despite having experienced a long history of depression, this mania didn't make me depressed. It made me more, let's say, I was bored. It's more that my brain was desperately seeking new material to consume through social media, through YouTube videos, things that I hadn't seen, things that were new to me, things that were along the lines of my interests, things that I wanted more of in my brain, but simply I could not get. And when I realised that I was unable to satiate that need, I felt the best thing was just to simply turn the computer off, go to bed at 8 PM at night, I must admit. And the thing is, after a good night's sleep, woke up in the morning and I was fine. I was over it. The mania was gone. Humanity is entering a new era, and perhaps not necessarily a good one. Over the last 10 years, people are receding away from an actual life, preferring to be constantly online, blaming the internet for deteriorating mental health, blaming the internet for deteriorating physical health, and blaming the internet for deteriorating waistlines. Excessive internet use, which they blame on the internet. However, was it truly the internet that was evil? It is the problem of the person themselves, their own personality traits, the person's own tendencies, the person's own reactions to stimulus that cause negative outcomes. It is actually their own problem or issue for using the internet too much. An addiction, like it was heroin or some other kind of a drug. People like this really need to learn that there are ways to help yourself, and they need to learn that quite fast, or they will fall into this downward spiral. These people require real-world connections to therapy if necessary, medications if needed. They need to get out more, enjoy life. Leave the phone at home, go for a holiday, hit the gym, take the bike out for a ride, take the dog out for a walk, walk on the grass and pet a cat. It's my worry that as time goes on and we become increasingly more and more online, this lack of resilience is going to become more widespread throughout younger generations. And in the new era, perhaps people like myself, the last of the good old-fashioned steam-powered trains, we're going to have the easiest time living in the new era because we have the resilience of the past on our side. We knew of a day before the technology invaded our lives. We have that resilience, that hardness, and we know when to simply put the phone down. We know when to turn the computer off and simply just walk away from it.